is Focus with Paul W. Smith on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
What a pleasure it is being back in the chair. And there are several chairs, I know. But I thank the people who filled in for me. Mike, you did a great job. I don't know if that was during this break or the last break or whatever. I don't want any other breaks, which is one of the reasons I turned down a wonderful opportunity. I mean, truly, the very sweet Congressman Tim Walberg invited me to join him in Washington for the joint session of Congress address by King Charles. And that's one thing I've never done, but I had to say thanks, but no thanks. I've been traveling too much. There's just too much to be done and to catch up on. And then we're leaving, next week on the Pure Michigan tour?
Right, short turnaround.
First week of May. So there's just a lot going on, and I just thank him profusely. What a nice guy he is, and what a wonderful experience that would have been. When I told him I wasn't going to be able to do it, he said he would break it to King Charles very carefully.
They can't behead you for that here in America. He's got no jurisdiction.
That's what I was worried about, losing my head over King Charles. Anyway, thank you, Congressman Walberg. Thank you to the wonderful introduction by the one and only Kevin Dietz, who does a nice job all the time, which we get our daily dose of Dietz and look forward to it Monday through Friday before my show. And then after my show, JR Afternoon with Ryan Armani. This is a great lineup we have 24 hours a day at this great radio station. And I want to thank you for choosing to be an important part of the best and brightest audience in all of radio. And that's when you listen at any time to this great station. That counts, not just for us, not selfishly just for us. I'm talking about for everybody on the air here. Well, right now you're on your way to making each and every day count, because each day is a gift. And the quality time remaining, as you know, Kim would remind us, quality time remaining, QTR. We don't know how much we have, and we've learned that a lot lately as we get older. Meanwhile, we have Relentless Positive Radio, and you know that came as an offshoot. It was Chris Illich who said to me on the air, you know what, you have Relentless Positive Radio, Paul. And I thought, well, that was very kind of you. And it's kind of a takeoff on our former governor, who is going to be joining us. Now, remember, Rick Snyder did Relentless Positive Action. And I actually called him and I said, you know, Chris Illich said Relentless Positive Radio for my show. Do you mind if I use it? And he says, no, use it. That's great. Well, the originator, Rick Snyder, founder and CEO of Sensei Cybersecurity, former governor of Michigan, is coming up to talk about the Michigan Roadmap, a resource for candidates. I got to tell you, Mike, when I read that, I said, this is spectacular. Who better to follow this roadmap than Rick Snyder? But I don't think he's going to run.
No, I don't think so. I think he's enjoying his work in the private sector. I think he's enjoying his time with Sue. So
absolutely, and they enjoy filling in on the show, and we enjoy having him and all that. By the way, happy Earth Day. Wait a second, I have a little thing here about Earth Day. Just a thing that explains it, because we have been here from the beginning of Earth Day. If I'm not mistaken, it was 1970. And every April 22nd, we've celebrated Earth Day on this beautiful planet we call home. Established in 1970, used to highlight our planet's environmental challenges and raise awareness of the importance of protecting our world for future generations. If I were woke, I would have started the show with happy Earth Day. We are so polluted. Because here it says, today on Earth Day, a sobering new report says the nation's air quality is putting millions of Americans at risk of health problems. Okay, it probably is.
Yeah.
But remember,
not to wildfire season.
This is one of the other, Topic Pulse was the one that said on my phone as I'm flying back from New York yesterday, and I see, it says, President says he will not extend ceasefire. And right below it, the Detroit News said, the president has extended the ceasefire. It's impossible to do these jobs, folks.
Yeah.
You have trouble following? Well, we have trouble following. Oh, and I go to turn, I said in my column Monday, I watch NBC, ABC, CBS News at 6:30, the nationals. I tape them, obviously, and that's the order for whatever reason. So I do my NBC. Okay. Then I go to ABC, and my channel's gone. Is anyone talking about this?
Is that because what is it? The cable? I forgot what cable provider, but
yes, I have Xfinity or Comcast Xfinity. I have the best, I think, and it said that they have our contract with them. I don't remember what company, but it's ABC.
Yeah,
our company contract has ended, and they're making demands that would make your expenses go up. So now I can't get ABC.
Well, and you know what, Paul? These things used to resolve themselves pretty quickly, but this dispute's been going on for a while. So it's yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I can't. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I mean, usually by now, I think it's been a couple weeks, normally a few days, and something gets worked out. But I'm surprised that's still going on.
It's still going on. And I'll look later on my phone because I took a picture of it and I couldn't believe it. I said, "What is this true? Did somebody break into my system? And is this a prank?" But
how the Grinch stole ABC from Paul's cable.
Right. Let's see. Happy Earth Day. We got that. It's National Jelly Bean Day. I'm going to make Danielle work right now. How many jelly beans do we produce in the United States? I think they're produced. I hope they're produced in the United States. How many jelly beans do we produce in the United States just for Easter?
Oh, God. 2 billion.
Mike?
I would, I'll go $1. No, I'll go 5 billion.
And I have a feeling Rich Luzinski, who's back, probably isn't anywhere near a microphone. So 16 billion jelly beans, which could circle the planet 3 times.
I love it when they use the planet for scale.
And the first question is, who wants to circle the planet with anything?
Every time I hear how much of something is produced, I'm like, how many times could that go around the planet? So when the info's right there, it's very convenient.
When I was in New York, it was always, how many times would it go up and down the Empire State Building?
Oh, right. Localize it, yeah.
Which, by the way, is still there. But New York is full of trouble. Worse than ever, cost-wise.
The Mets are cursed.
Front page of the New York Post. It's in my pile. I can't find it quickly. They have it, the curse of the Mamdani.
Right.
And they have a picture of the communist mayor of New York hugging the Mets mascot. And they say, since he hugged the Mets mascot, they lost 10 games in a row.
It might be up to 11 or 12 by now.
By now it could be, because that was a couple days ago. The curse of the Mamdani. Let's see. Birthdays. Art Tebow, Mr. Boyne, happy birthday to you. My friend Peter Ahee, the head of Ahee Jewelers, and his lovely wife, Dr. Lisa, just had her birthday the other day. Jim Hackett and his lovely wife, Kathy.
Oh.
It's Jim Hackett's birthday, the former head and CEO former CEO and president of Ford Motor Company. Jim Hackett's celebrating his birthday today. And Kim has been following. I have not been, but Jamie Ding, the former local guy.
Right.
I don't know what the number is. 28 Jeopardies in a row, $800,000, whatever. But Marie is going to cover that story for us. I think she spoke to his sister. And here's this story that I had the simple task to fix this. Here it is again from my CNN 5 Things. Texas can now require public school classrooms to display the 10 Commandments, a ruling that has reignited debate over the role of religion in public education. The decision could ultimately set the stage for a future showdown and waste of time at the Supreme Court over the issue. I said waste of time. The analysts didn't say that.
I picked that up.
Did you remember what I said a while ago? Don't call them the 10 Commandments. Put them up on the wall in the classrooms and say, here are 10 really good ideas for a good life. Fight me on that one, pal. Here are 10 really good ideas for a really good life. Thou shalt not kill. That's a good one to have a good life, for example. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Pretty good advice. But you don't have to call them the 10 Commandments.
Right.
Just call them 10 really good ideas for a good life and move on and stop wasting our time and the Supreme Court's time. Anything else?
Yes, but you know what? We've got 2 hours and we've got a jam-packed show, so we'll get to it all.
See how he does his job very well. He has to handle the talent. That's what I'm called in the business, the talent. and he has to handle the queen of the switches, Danielle Mason, because we have to keep the train on the tracks and on time. And the only way we can do that is when I hear that music, I have to go. Relentless Positive Radio, In Focus with Paul W. Smith at WJR. I am so glad I am back and can give you such good, helpful advice. I wouldn't tell you this if it were not true. Probate is not good. Probate is bad. Probate is slow. Probate is expensive. It's completely public. But the good news is you can avoid probate entirely with a revocable living trust. Yes, you do need one. Well, trusts are for rich people. No, trusts are for everybody who's worked very hard as you have and has accumulated a few things. A revocable living trust keeps you in control of the who, the what, and the when. Who receives your assets, what assets they receive, and when they receive them. And when your assets are properly owned or by or payable to the trust, you bypass probate and protect your family from the delays and costs that come with it. At Estate Planning Services, Estate Planning Legal Services, their attorneys walk you through every step. They will help retitle your assets at no charge. I'm going to use them for this. And if you need any changes in the future, they're free for life once you become one of their clients. I'm going to do this. With more than 25 years serving Metro Detroit families, they know how to make the process clear, affordable, and stress-free. Get the peace of mind you deserve. Contact Estate Planning Legal Services today for your free consultation and learn how a revocable living trust can work for you. Call them at 248-435-0400. That's 248-435-0400, or go to EPLSPC.com, and that stands for Estate Planning Legal Services PC.com, EPLSPC.com, or simply call them at 248-435-0400. Estate Planning Legal Services. They're going to help you, and I'm glad I could help you find them as we continue in focus on WJR.
Your child's education is the foundation for tomorrow's leaders. Listen every Sunday at 3 p.m. for School Talks, hosted by respected educator Dr. Robert Livernoy. It's a conversation on all things education, from parents and students to educators and policymakers. School Talks is dedicated to in-depth discussions and analysis with experts on a wide range of topics in education. Sponsored by Wakely Associates Architects. The highest performing school facilities start with premier architectural design. Wakely Associates Architects, trusted since 1951.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
WJR and the Detroit Economic Club present our 6th annual Rising Stars campaign. Sponsored by Allcom and DFCU Financial. We're on a mission to spotlight some incredible young leaders under 40 who are driving innovation and making a real difference in their respective industries and within our vibrant communities. Do you know an inspiring individual, a game changer who deserves recognition for their outstanding achievements? Tell us their story, highlight their impact, and help us honor Detroit's next generation of leaders. The deadline for nominations is May 22nd. Details at WJR.com/rising stars.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Stand Up to Cancer.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
WJR Traffic and Weather First is sponsored by Treetops Resort. Treetops' 5 distinguished courses mean every round lives up to its promise. Spectacular. Layer in the unlimited golf stay and play package, and the value becomes impossible to ignore. Quality, quantity, and consistency. Honestly, it's one of the best golf deals in Michigan. To book, call 888-TREETOPS. We've got a wreck on the Davison eastbound at Woodward Avenue that's blocking your right shoulder. Steer clear of an accident on 12 Mile at Inkster Road. And we've got a 3-vehicle accident on Allen Road at I-75. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
We are looking good into our Wednesday afternoon. Going to be a gorgeous couple of days coming up. 72 and sunny today. Tonight, in the upper 40s. Suburbs a little cooler. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, 75. Low 70s Friday, a few showers possible in the afternoon. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagicon, 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Coming up at 2 o'clock on JR Afternoon, Michigan Republican Mike Rogers is going to be joining us. He is running for the open Senate seat in the great state of Michigan. We'll talk about everything happening with the war in Iran, the latest peace talks, and how to turn the state of Michigan around, how to turn it red, what he has to say about that. 760 WJR.
Yes, I forgot to say, I was just reminded by one of our fine people who wished me a belated happy birthday, and I do appreciate that. I still celebrate them because if you consider the alternative, well, you don't want to consider the alternative. So thanks, Keith Newell. He says, just because you don't mention your own birthday doesn't mean you don't get a year older. No, the truth is, I've said this a million times. Keith Newell. I had Sophie. Sophie was born the day after I turned 50. So April 18th was my birthday. Sophie's birthday was April 19th. And this April 19th, she turned 23. And of course, I'm still 50. That's how I say that. Anyway, we celebrated my birthday, Sophie's, Grandma Kettle's birthday, and even Natalie's beau, Alex Quinn, with a beautiful brunch at their place in Brooklyn. So anyway, that's why I was in New York. That's why I was traveling. And these things family things become very important as you get older. They should be very important as you're younger, but it's when you're older you start to understand that business can wait. Family should not. All right, Jason Rowe is here, principal of Rowe Strategic. Always interesting to talk with him. There's been a lot going on. I mentioned I got different stories about the ceasefire was not going to be extended, then it was extended indefinitely. And so Jason is here to tell us what's going on. Jason, always a pleasure. Do you think, Jason, that this is all a part of President Trump's grand plan and scheme of the way he's handling all this? Or do you take what the Democrats are saying, it's just he's a befuddled old man, doesn't know what he's doing?
Well, first of all, happy belated birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't say it just to get that from you, but I accept.
I know you were just fishing for another birthday.
That's what and the fact that I like cashmere, that has nothing to do with anything we're talking about. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I listen, I'm not going to discount Trump's maximalist strategy. That doesn't always mean it looks very good or works very well. I think we're all kind of reaching a point now, 2 months into this, that we don't ever believe the White House that things are going as well as they say, and we don't ever believe the media that things are going as badly as they say. I think the first few weeks of this was brilliantly executed. I thought, it was a huge mistake to have a ceasefire, because all we did was let them get up off the mat and figure out a way.
I'm so glad you said that. Yeah, I appreciate that, because that's how I feel.
They found leverage with the Strait of Hormuz, and then they got in control of the negotiations. And I think it's frankly a bit of a humiliation that the vice president was sitting at Andrews Air Force waiting to board Air Force Two to go have a negotiation and to be snubbed by the Iranian leadership. And my understanding is that the quote unquote government was pressured by the Iranian Revolutionary Guard not to participate. But all we're doing is allowing them to drag this out, exacerbate the political problem that it creates domestically for Republicans and for the president. And at this point, I don't know what to believe when I read the news, watch the news, et cetera, or listen to what's coming from the administration. I do still think we are in control of this situation, but I think we should abandon the ceasefire. I think we should go in there and finish the job. And I think we should get particularly our Gulf allies involved in dealing with the aftermath and not the American taxpayer and the U.S. Men and women of our military.
Jason Rowe, principal of Rowe Strategic, wise man that he is, weighing in on a few things. Virginia voters approved a map that gives Democrats the chance to net as many as 4 U.S. House seats. I don't get this at all. All of a sudden, redistricting is really leading. It's supposed to be a vote of the people, but now they're manipulating that. What's going on?
Well, they're violating their own state laws, and you saw this in California and in Virginia, where they both had quote unquote citizen-led redistricting commissions draw maps. In Virginia's case, they had a 6-5 map in a state that is, one of the most purple in the country, and it was, I think, by all accounts, a very fair map. The new governor, Abigail Spanberger, said she would not go down this path. She did go down this path. And they redrew a map that is 10-1 in a state that is purple.
Well, aren't they going to argue that they're merely following what the Republicans did first?
And 100%. I wrote an op-ed back in August in the Detroit News criticizing the White House for compelling the Texas legislature to redraw their maps. They had the opportunity to do that. Kamala got 44% of the vote. They drew a map that gave Democrats 35%. I thought that was pretty balanced considering they controlled the legislature and could do what they wanted. A citizens redistricting commission in California, before these new maps, in a state that Trump got 42% in, they drew maps that gave Republicans only 18% of the congressional delegation, 82% to the Democrats, in a state that Kamala got 58% of the vote. I will plug a client of mine, Congressman Tom Barrett, first-term member, actually introduced legislation that would mandate that you can only do this redistricting once every 10 years because we can't get into this political tit for tat that depending who's in power in any state or in Washington, we just redraw the lines and manipulate every election. It's really a corruption as far as I'm concerned. And then also the Barrett bill also requires only citizens be counted for the purposes of the district map drawing. And if you go and look at what the census did last time, they counted illegal immigrants and they grossly inflated the number of residents in blue states versus the number of people in red states. And what it did is distort the map even further. And the Supreme Court is supposed to rule on this summer over some maps, I believe, in Alabama. If that gets thrown out, it's about a 20 to 30 seat shift toward Republicans if we only count legal citizens and residents in the respective states. So it's been going on a long time. Barack Obama and Eric Holder started it. But it's going to be a problem if we don't do something to put the brakes on this.
Real quick, I used to religiously, well, maybe I shouldn't say religiously, but I watched Tucker Carlson when he was on Fox just because it was easy. There it was. There was his show. I watched it. I found it interesting. I thought he was a little off kilter, at times. And his laugh made me worry that he was way off kilter because he'd say, and he'd go, and I'd go, what was that? But he then seemed to fall off the apple cart altogether. I'm going to tell you the truth, only because it's not easy to find. I haven't seen Tucker Carlson do a show since he left Fox. But now he's getting attention again, saying he will be tormented for helping get Trump elected. Do you weigh in on this at all?
Well, you're right. His laugh has gotten more maniacal, and the reason is
it's
he mocks
scary.
those debates with because he knows that he is wrong and he doesn't want to defend himself. So he mocks those that he debates. I was a big fan as well. I really thought kind of his pithy take on a traditional conservatism was the future of the Republican Party 10 years ago, say. During the 20 election, he was, I would say, relatively Trump skeptic, but particularly after the election with what was happening with the denying of the outcome. And he was rejecting Trump's premise that the election was stolen, and his ratings tanked. So then he became the biggest Donald Trump fanboy on earth in order to sustain his career and the revenues of his show, saved himself. But then he got into the conspiracies himself, and then when the lawsuit was settled with the company making the voting machines, he was axed. Then he goes to online platforms, and we don't see him in the mainstream Paul W's, but he is making tens of millions of dollars the way he monetized YouTube and the other social media platforms. And he is monetarily rewarded for these provocative, insane statements. He's become the biggest advocate for Muslim nations that are adversarial to the United States. He's buying a home in Qatar. It is believed he is on Qatar's payroll. And what you see is the trajectory of his career. Everything was about putting money in his pocket. His ideological and political views don't remain consistent. He's a shapeshifter that goes to wherever he will make the most money. So I'm washing my hands of him and Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, who all of them are participating in this. And I think they are corrupting the conservative movement.
Wow.
But
Well
other than
put.
that, I have no opinion.
Other than that, I have no comment. I have no opinion. No, well done. I'm so glad you put that into words that I could fully understand and follow. And I have to agree with you at this point. Jason Rowe, principal of Rowe Strategic. The part I didn't know, Jason, was he was doing, I should have figured this out. I mean, I've been around a long time. All of this is just done for him to make more money.
All of it.
Oh, that's just crazy. That's sad, unfortunate. All right, Jason Rowe, principal of Rowe Strategic. God bless you. We always appreciate your help. Thank you much.
Go Pistons.
Go Pistons is right. And maybe they've got some things up their sleeves to make sure that they continue to go Pistons. We'll get into that in the days ahead, that's for sure. And coming up in just a moment, I find it hard to imagine, but Congresswoman Haley Stevens, the Democrat from the 11th District and now U.S. Senate candidate, gets booed at the Democrat convention. How sick and crazy are these people now? It's bad enough that they're starting to show their hatred of Judaism and Jews and Israel and all of that, but now they're slamming one of their own. She's coming up next. I'm in a position to defend her at this point. We continue in Focus on WJR. I love being back and helping people and telling you about ways you can get help. Nothing good about pain, and living with pain is just a drag. I happen to know. But you can spring into a pain-free life thanks to Dr. Saul Kogan at the Nerve and Disc Institute and his non-surgical, non-invasive treatments for severe and chronic back, neck, and knee pain. But you got to go, and I'm telling that to myself. Kim did the whole sequence, and she's perfect. I have not done the whole sequence because I'm an idiot, and I don't take time to do things on the list for me. I'm way down there on the list. So all of a sudden, I haven't done all the things I need to do to get rid of everything, but I'm on the path. But I can tell you that everybody I know that has gotten such great relief. The intradisc neutrosis will help you with spinal stenosis, bulging and herniated discs, sciatica pain, and degenerative disc disease. Avoid spine surgery. And believe me, you want to avoid spine surgery if you can. And don't forget his Knee Restore RX. Knee Restore RX helps those with osteoarthritis, meniscus tears, muscle strains. Avoid knee replacement without the shots, pills, or the downtime. In fact, here are the real words from a real patient. Quote, "In 3 weeks, that pain in my lower back has gone away." Yes, gone. "I have no intention of returning to those painkiller days, and the staff is so attentive and absolutely professional. If I had to start my back journey all over again today, I would try this first, and so should you." Now mention WJR in April. Get a consultation, exam, X-ray or MRI review, and laser treatment for just $49 for your first visit. $49. The Nerve and Disc Institute in Farmington, Clinton Township, Grand Blanc, and now Bad Axe. Mention WJR. Take advantage of this incredible first visit offer. Call 586-416-DISC. 586-416-DISC. That's 586-416-3472. 586-416-3472. You are going to love Dr. Saul Kogan and his team at the Nerve and Disc Institute. I promise you that as we continue in Focus on WJR.
Are you tired of exposing your retirement savings to stock market risk? There are strategies you can use to keep your money safe no matter what happens in the stock market. Join us for Money Talks with Joseph Uplager, Saturdays at 5 p.m. right here on WJR 760.
Traffic alert for Novi. There's construction on Novi Road limiting traffic to southbound only for the next 6 months. It's going to be a challenge, but good news. Local favorites like Guernsey Farms Dairy are still open and ready to serve. Access businesses from the north, and when you leave, just follow the posted detours with southbound traffic. Don't let the construction stop you. Plan ahead, because honestly, a little Guernsey Farms Dairy ice cream might be just what you need to make that road work a whole lot easier to deal with. Support local businesses and drive safe.
That's the Guernsey difference.
Hey gang, Jim Harper here, and if you're like me, you've heard many different commercials promising to fix your back pain without surgery. Well, I'm here with my brother Mike, who's been going to see Dr. Kogan at the Nerve and Disc Institute. Mike, your back pain was a real problem for years, right?
Yeah, it sure was, Jim. Back in 2008, I had a motorcycle accident that put me in pretty bad shape. I've tried everything. I've tried therapy. I've tried injections. I've had 4 surgeries on my back. I couldn't get any results. I couldn't get rid of the pain until I saw Dr. Kogan. First 2 visits, I was able to get rid of my walker. I was able to get rid of my cane, able to get back to enjoy the things I like to do in life.
And they also treat sciatica, spinal stenosis, and herniated and bulging discs. And the first 50 callers that mention WJR will get 50% off their treatment plan. So if you're ready to be pain-free, call 586-416-DISC. That's 586-416-3472. The great Dr. Saul Kogan at the Nerve and Disc Institute.
Thank you for calling the Complete Battery Source.
This is probably a long shot, but you guys have batteries for a...
Yep, got that.
But you didn't even hear what I was looking for.
Don't need to. We're your Complete Battery Source. The answer is pretty much always, yep, got that.
But what if I want a battery for a...
Yep, got that.
I haven't been able to find a battery anywhere for my...
Yep, got that. Look, Complete Battery Source has batteries for everything that uses batteries. Your tablet, your car, cordless drill, camera, smartphone, your laptop computer, your remote, your bulldozer, backhoe, Bluetooth speaker, motorcycle, lawn tractor, your boat, your watch, your flashlight, even your grandma's hearing aid. When you think you need a battery for something that uses batteries, we'll bring that something in and we'll test your old battery before we sell you a new one.
That's great.
That's right. All you got to do is come into any one of the 5 Complete Battery Source locations: Brighton, Southfield, Ypsilanti, Okemos, and Houghton Lake. Call toll-free 877-ALL-BATS or click on yepgotthat.com. 5 locations. Now you got that?
Yep, got that. But what about a battery for my...
Yep, got that.
Or a battery for my...
Yep, got that.
And for my wife's...
Yep, got that.
Well done, Mark. Classic commercial. And when they started with us, they had 1 store. They now have 5 locations. And they are the best and worth visiting. And I'm glad WJR could help them as they can help you. Just call and ask for Jeff Marcereau or somebody in sales at WJR. You know, when it comes to outdoor power equipment, you're never on your own. Since 1945, Weingart's customers and communities have trusted Weingart's for expert advice. What a great family they are, too. Philanthropic to the core. Well, Weingart stands behind Exmark mowers. Exmark mowers, built for professionals, trusted by homeowners who take pride in their lawn. Exmark is known for delivering exceptional cut quality and consistent results with powerful engines, advanced cutting technology, and legendary build quality. Exmark mowers give you a cleaner, more even cut every time. It's the kind of performance and reliability that helps you get more done and leaves your lawn looking its best after every mow. And that matters to a lot of us. I mean, if you're going to mow the lawn or have somebody mow it, you want it to look good, don't you? From equipment, parts, repairs, and at-home service, Weingarts is there every step of the way. Stop by their stores where the Weingarts experts help you choose the right X-Mark zero-turn mower for your lawn. Or visit them online at weingarts.com, Weingartz, weingarts.com, during their anniversary event, which is going on right now at Weingarts. Expert solutions, honest value, easy ownership, your direct line for these fabulous X-Mark mowers. That's the Weingarts way. You're going to love it. As we continue with Paul W. Smith in Focus at WJR.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-0WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com. You're hearing Focus with Paul W. Smith on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
We welcome Congresswoman Haley Stevens, the Democrat from the 11th District and United States Senate candidate. Congresswoman, welcome back. Nice to have you here. How are things?
Oh my gosh, it was great. Love seeing the commercials you're running, by the way. Thanks for supporting small businesses in Michigan.
Well,
I'm back in Washington in the vote day, so it's a treat to be talking to all of you.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk just to you about this because it blew my mind, and I feel bad about this from what I know of you. Not that we agree politically all the time or any of that stuff. That's got nothing to do with nothing. What the heck was going on at the Democrat convention where there are people there booing you? What in the world have you ever done to deserve to be booed by your own party?
Well, like I told everybody, I said, hey, I love the Democrats, even when we disagree. And truthfully, I don't know if you were at the convention. I had a blast. I mean, I barnstormed dozens of caucus rooms, had a great reception. I spent all day with people who are energized, fired up about my campaign. Unite Here, Local 24, hardworking men and women of Michigan who make our economy go round. My friend Kelly Garrett, former mayor of Lathrop Village, the Black Caucus, heard me, talk about how I'm standing up to RFK Jr. I got to see my friend Joe Tate at the Veterans Caucus. So, look, to me, the most important takeaway from our convention is that we need to make sure that we win in November. And I know I'm the person to do that. I can take a little heat, and I can certainly continue to meet the moment for Michiganders by working the lower costs.
You don't sound, Congresswoman Haley Stevens, you do not sound at all concerned about radical fringe taking over your party.
Because poll after poll shows that I'm the best candidate to go and beat Mike Rogers in the fall, and that I have a unique rapport with independents. Look, there's things that get clipped on the internet to make it seem like something's going one way, but honestly, you're hearing it directly from me. I had a great convention. I had a Michigan-made Ford UAW, Mustang at my display booth. So many hugs, high fives, all that other good stuff. And, we've got to keep our eye on the prize of who's really going to be able to beat Mike Rogers. And that's me. I'm the only one in this race who's got the rapport with the independents, our small business community, and our organized labor unions. We're a year into this race, and I'm rearing and ready to go take it to November.
All right. When I heard this, I felt bad for you, and I just wanted to bring it up and mention that I just think it's disgusting, and the fringe from either side is the fringe, and just because they are the loudest doesn't mean they should get any attention at all. Be that as it may, your take on what's happening in our world right now. The president first said he wouldn't extend the ceasefire, then he has extended the ceasefire. Some of your thoughts with what's going on in Iran and this war.
Well, one thing is really clear, that Michiganders are paying the price each and every single day as Donald Trump's war of choice continues. This is why I have vehemently voted for war powers multiple times in the Congress. This is why I'm standing up for Michiganders and the rising costs that are strangling them right now. If it's on health care, which, continues to balloon, and we haven't heard anything from the Trump administration other than, we're going to have to continue to slash health care to pay for this war. I mean, they honestly said that. We've got, electricity bills that continue to go up. And as you were talking about the Democratic Party convention, it's very clear that people are frustrated with the status quo. And it's also why I am taking the lead to ban stock trading in the Congress. It's why I want all your listeners to know I'm not a millionaire. I'm actually the only person who's not a millionaire in this race for United States Senate. I don't think we need another one. I think what we need is Michigan's workhorse to go in there to continue to deliver for us like I've done on the U.S. Auto Rescue and when I stood up to supply chain disruptions, rocking our economy during COVID, helping to get a CHIPS and Science Act done. Let's send Michigan's workhorse to the Senate, and that's me.
The only thing I'll say in terms of what's going on with Iran is that now, because everything's on tape, I just saw it again last night. We have President Obama giving an impassioned plea, President Clinton giving an impassioned plea, even Joe Biden, all saying Iran should not be able or allowed to get a nuclear weapon. And so this president is the first one to actually step up and do something about that. And it's not going the way maybe we think it should go, and the gas prices are up and all of that. There is a sacrifice to be made if you're going to do what 4 presidents said should be done.
That needs to be communicated by this president, but instead he's just telling us all to go eat cake. I mean, look, we need leadership, and I'm always willing to level set and be transparent with the people of Michigan. But what I'm not willing to do is say, hey, we're going to have a trade war with Canada. We're going to continue to lose manufacturing jobs because of reckless tariff policies, that we're not going to open up a Gordie Howe bridge. So we do need leadership in Michigan, and we are not getting that from Donald Trump. And I disagree with taking this country into a war outside the bounds of the Constitution. The very same Republicans who wouldn't vote to do aid to Ukraine, which is companies like Navistar Defense sitting over there in Madison Heights who make the tankers that would have gone over there. The same Republicans voting against that are just willfully letting this president go along with the cost increasing measures. And look, if your viewers want somebody like Mike Rogers who just wants to, clink, martini glasses, rub elbows, and continue on with this agenda in the United States Senate, I don't think that's going to work for us. And so, I'm calling it out, and happy to talk to you about it today, Paul.
You know what? You're straightforward, and you get to the point. You work everything in there. I must tell you, I've known Mike Rogers for a long time. I've never seen him with a martini, but that's be that as it may. I will agree with you 100%. Our current president, Donald Trump, will never go down as, quote, the great communicator. I understand that. But let's see what he can get done. And
I'll have to ask Mike, when I see him, what his drink of choice is.
Yeah, I don't, honest to God, I don't know.
Martini guy to me.
I don't even know. I haven't seen him with a martini, but I don't know. But yeah. Congresswoman Haley Stevens, I appreciate your feistiness. I don't think you deserve to be booed by your own party, and shame on them. But good luck to you with your United States Senate race. God bless you.
Well, thank you, Paul, and I'd be honored to get your vote, and anyone who's listening here today. People can plug into my campaign at HaleyForMI.com. Thank you.
Haley, Haley, HaleyForMI.com. HaleyForMI.com. Thank you, Congresswoman. We continue in Focus on WJR. Well, I'm telling you, it is a beautiful day. It really is a gorgeous day. And as the sound, smells, and warmth of spring have finally arrived here in Michigan, so has the threat of those nasty spring storms. And many people got caught off guard with power outages that storms can leave behind. My friends, it's just the way it is. We are going to have power outages. There's only so much that these electric companies can do to keep the power on when tree limbs hit the wires and things get knocked down? My friends at Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical are here to help, and they can. There is no company I trust more because I know the family and have for about 50 years. I know the company, and I know none of their people work on commission. This year, I want you to be ready for Mother Nature with a reliable standby generator. They are more affordable than they've ever been, and they are so very helpful. I speak from experience. Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical offers generator installations, generator maintenance, and generator repairs. In fact, if your generator is not serviced by a certified technician, it will void the manufacturer's warranty. And if you don't receive maintenance after 200 hours of runtime, that can also void your warranty. The technicians at Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical are Generac certified to keep your generator working. With locations in Garden City, Madison Heights, and White Lake, they have been serving Southeast Michigan for over 55 years. Family is not just their name, truly still. It's the way they do business with the next generation. Dan Pelko, Crystal Klempert Pelko, running the show. You'll be so glad you got in touch by going to familyheating.com. Familyheating.com. Schedule your free estimate today. Familyheating.com. 1250, 760, WJR.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. At Hall Financial, we make mortgages easy and we make mortgages fast. And we do it with 5-star service from start to finish. With Hall Financial's Rapid Refinance, you could be approved to get cash out of your home's equity in as little as 1 day with the lowest interest rate we've seen in years. One client even got approved for $90,000 in under 24 hours, which allowed them to eliminate their credit card debt, start a home improvement project, and cut their monthly expenses by over $1,300. Imagine what it would feel like to be debt-free. We can do all this with a soft credit pull, so you don't even have to worry about your credit getting impacted. We have options available where you can even delay your mortgage payment for up to 2 months. If you want an easy, fast, and 5-star mortgage experience, call Hall Financial today. 866-CALL-HALL, or you can go to callhallfirst.com. That's Hall Financial, 866-CALL-HALL, or callhallfirst.com.
Hall Financial, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 1467435.
Staples has hundreds of ways to grow your business this spring, like spectacular signs, brilliant brochures, eye-popping posters, mouth-watering menus, and more. Shop now through June 13th and save up to $150 on all your custom prints. Staples, that was easy.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
In the heart of Michigan, voice rings true. Perry Johnson coming, he got work to do. Conservative leader, just like the best. No holds bar, he's ready for the test. Quality efficiency, that's his game. Cut through the play, call out names. Crooked politicians led us astray. Perry's on a mission, he's here to stay. Perry Johnson's rising, gonna take a stand for families and freedom across this land. No income tax saving us that dough. 47, give us room to grow. From the field to the city, hear people cheer. With Perry in the lead, yeah, we got nothing to fear.
This message paid for by Perry Johnson for governor, because we must implement the mega audit to eliminate the waste and return the money to the taxpayers.
Welcome to Making the Impossible Possible with Henry Ford Health. And with us today is Dr. Stephen Chang, chair of the Department of Otolaryngology and Peter D. and Julie F. Cummings Endowed Chair in Head and Neck Cancer Surgery. And Dr. Cheng at Henry Ford, healthcare is personal. Do you agree?
I completely agree. We are deeply committed to doing what's right for our patients, building a future of health that serves our community's needs, whether it's a nurse who helps you feel at ease or a doctor who answers every question with expert advice. Our entire team puts patients first, making them feel understood, prioritized, and most importantly, cared for.
Fantastic. As a nonprofit, what role does philanthropy play at Henry Ford?
Philanthropy is the difference maker that enables us to provide the future of health today. Our donors change lives by enabling compassionate preventive care that keeps patients out of the hospital, research that makes new treatments possible, and so much more.
Yeah, that's great. As a physician, how do donors support your work?
Our mission is to improve lives. The generosity of our donors helps make that mission a reality. Examples include critical financial support for our most vulnerable patients, research projects that find cures, and community programs that make healthcare accessible to all. In short, donors help us be there for our patients when it matters most.
To learn more or to make a gift, visit henryford.com/above and beyond. Catch up with Dave Llewellyn on his podcast, now available on WJR.com.
Pamela Good, co-founder of Beyond Basics, Literacy. How big a problem is it?
There are a lot of things that have snuck up on us. And one of those is when the universities decided to do away with phonics. Mm-hmm. And when they did that, they really took out the foundational components of that. You know, most people believe that America's foundation of education is still reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Supposed to be, right?
It is now whole language, no cursive, and new math.
Yeah.
The Dave Llewellyn Podcast. Go to WJR.com/Llewellyn. That's WJR.com/LEW Llewellyn. Your child's education is the foundation for tomorrow's leaders. Listen every Sunday at 3 p.m. for School Talks, hosted by Dr. Robert Livernoy. A conversation on all things education, from parents and students to educators and policymakers. School Talks is dedicated to in-depth discussions and analysis with experts on a wide range of topics in education. Sponsored by Clark Construction Company, thoughtfully planning and building educational facilities to foster innovation where students and faculty thrive. Visit clarkcc.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Think It Up. Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
WJR Traffic and Weather First. Also sponsored by Weingarts. When you think about equipment that's built to last, John Deere is always at the top of the list. You'll find them at Weingarts, where they stand behind what they sell. Visit Weingarts.com to learn more. That's the Weingarts way. A grass fire blocks your two right lanes on I-75 northbound at Rochester Road, and we have a crash on Square Lake Road eastbound at Losser. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Sunny with a high of 72 today, a low of 46 for tonight. Sunny for Thursday, highs in the low 70s. WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Hey, congratulations to our old friend Russ White, who used to work at WJR, left us, believe it or not, 29 years ago. We worked together for many years, but he left us 29 years ago to go to his dream job working at his alma mater, Michigan State University. And I just found out that April 14th, Russ White, after 29 years at MSU, has retired. So he and Linda ride off into the sunset and start to do all the things they've always wanted to do. Congratulations, Russ White, as we continue.
I didn't switch to Pure Talk just because I wanted to save 50% off the same 5G service I'd been paying twice as much for. I switched because I like the idea of being in business with a wireless company that supports our veterans in a meaningful way. Pure Talk also creates American jobs every day by keeping their entire operation in this country. I appreciate that. If you feel the same, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Reach like use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hi, friends. Bill Golling here, celebrating 60 years of the Golling Automotive Group with recent additions of the new Golling Chevrolet on Michigan Avenue in Wayne and the new Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Mack in Detroit. Now even more of you can see and experience the Golling difference. Those dealerships join Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram locations in Bloomfield Hills, Chelsea, and Roseville, Golling Alfa Romeo Fiat in Birmingham, Golling Buick GMC in Lake Orion, Golling Toyota in Warren, Golling Kia in Madison Heights, or always at Golling.com.
My name is Kamal Shohaib. I am the owner of Choice Properties and the Choice Group. We own apartments, mobile homes, office buildings, and shopping centers, and we do business in 5 states. One reason why we feel so comfortable working with Treon is because they give us the peace of mind, and 2, it will allow us to concentrate on our business. They're the experts, and they take care of our HR issues. And that is why we rely on Treon.
You can always rely on Treon.
This is the great voice of the Great Lakes, 760 WJR, Detroit, a Cumulus media station.
Escalation in the Strait of Hormuz. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. A day after President Trump extended a ceasefire, Iran fires on several cargo ships.
3 ships were fired at and 2 seized, mostly by Iran's Revolutionary Guard. They claim the vessels did not have proper permission. This escalation comes as the U.S. Navy maintains its own blockade of ships coming from or going to Iranian ports, including using the strait. The broader operation has seized 2 Iranian ships in recent days.
Fox's Greg Palcott in Tel Aviv. Iran has demanded the U.S. blockade end, and in the meantime has not yet committed to a second round of peace talks in Pakistan. A White House official says the ceasefire extension could last for several days. President Trump says mediator Pakistan requested the extension, allowing time for Iranian officials to unify behind a counter-proposal. Democrats are celebrating a win in Virginia, where voters narrowly approved letting state lawmakers draw new congressional maps ahead of the midterms.
Donald Trump and Republicans launched this gerrymandering war, and we've made clear as Democrats that we're going to finish it.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says they'll respond again if more Republican states redistrict, and he does not think an ongoing court challenge in Virginia will succeed.
The new map is expected to take Republicans down from 5 congressional districts to 1. We heard from the chair of the National Republican Congressional Committee, who wrote, "Democrats can't redraw reality. This close margin reinforces that Virginia is a purple state that shouldn't be represented by a severe partisan gerrymander."
Fox's Mark Meredith in Alexandria. The U.S. Supreme Court siding with Michigan in a lawsuit aiming to shut down a section of aging pipeline under a Great Lakes channel. The justices ruling unanimously the state's lawsuit can stay in state court because the energy company waited too long to try to move it to federal court. America's listening to Fox News.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Rocket Mortgage has thousands of loan options, and we search them all to find the low rate that's right for you. Could you be mine? No matter what challenges you face on the road ahead, Rocket Mortgage is your partner for the life of your loan.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
Rocket Mortgage. Own the
Cordell of Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients divorce. What we care about is facing a Let us set up a 1-hour Cordell consult. The Cordell consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. Take the first step. Visit CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
You're here, Paul W. Smith on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
All right, Relentless Positive Radio continues. In fact, the guy who started us off on that, the former Governor Rick Snyder, is going to join us in just a moment. He's got the Michigan roadmap, which sounds pretty interesting. We'll get to that in a second. But first, with Mike Parsons, Danielle Mason, Rich Luzinski, the team. We get right to a story we've been on since it all began. I guess it's now celebrating 22 years. And the guy who's been with it from the beginning, a founder of it really, Neil Rubin, Free Press columnist extraordinaire, honorary chair of Bookstock, which kicks off this weekend. Hey, Neil, how are you?
Hey, Paul, I am certainly grateful for your support. You've played a huge part in this. And of course, I'm fired up for chapter 22 starting Sunday.
Seems hard to believe that it was that long ago that you, and I think it was Rochelle, let us all know just how important books are for kids and for everyone, and how important Bookstock is in so many ways. Why don't you explain it to anybody who maybe has never been out to Livonia's Laurel Park Place, or maybe is planning on joining you April 26th through May 3rd. Talk to us.
Sure. It's Michigan's largest charity used book and media sale. You gave the dates, more info at bookstockmi.com. And basically, we've distributed more than $3 million for literacy and education programs over the years. We give it to charities who we trust to spend it wisely. And it's sort of recycling. We're selling cheap, good books to help other people learn to read so that they can come to us and buy more books. It's the classic symbiotic relationship.
Well, and it's a great one, and that it only gets bigger and better with this year over 400,000 gently used books, DVDs, CDs, books on tape, even vinyl for sale at what can only be called cut rate prices. And so I salute you, Neil Rubin. I'm not sure what saluting you would be, but Neil Rubin, honorary chairperson of Bookstock. He was there from the beginning. He's joined by Alicia Merriweather, deputy superintendent of Detroit Public Schools, community Bookstock's honorary chancellor, and God bless Wellside Windows for being your lead sponsor. It is a wonderful event, and it's got a festive atmosphere, doesn't it?
It truly does, especially the opening on Sunday. There's a pre-sale from 8:15 to 11 a.m. out there at Laurel Park Place. It's the only time there's an admission charge. $25 gives you first crack, whatever your passion might be. And I always want to point out that everything is sorted. I'm afraid people picture some massive pile of books in the middle of the mall. No. Whatever your passion is, whether it's vinyl records, history, philosophy, cookbooks, whatever, it's sorted, it's separated, you can head right to it. And when the doors open for the pre-sale, people head right to it, and whatever it is, don't stand in their way. That's something I've learned over the years.
And you still, you cater to teachers too. Don't you still have teacher appreciation days?
We do. Tuesday and Wednesday from 2 to 7 p.m. Teachers with an ID get 50% off whatever they want to buy. And we have teachers coming in from outstate year after year to stock up on books for their classrooms for the coming year. And you can imagine, we feel a real partnership, a real bond with teachers who are in the trenches of doing what we're trying to support with Bookstock.
I love too the fact that if you've been there before, you can benefit by, for example, Thursday, April 30th, shoppers are invited to bring a Bookstock bag from any previous year, and you'll receive 20% off your entire purchase. So you really make it extra special. A pocket paperback palooza, Friday, May 1st, Saturday, May 2nd, offering 15 pocket paperbacks at just $10. It's just fabulous.
Yeah, you can't beat that with an Oxford English dictionary, which I think weighs about 60 pounds these days. And I'm at the point in my life where I'm supposed to be getting things out of the house. There have been years where I just hide a carton of books in the trunk so I don't have to admit to anybody, including myself, what I've done, and bring them in one at a time.
Oh, that's funny. And you know what? I believe you. Oh,
yes.
If you want more information about this 22nd annual Bookstock and the special Bookstock promotions that hard to write down if you're driving and listening in right now on your way to making each and every day count, because each day is a gift, and you know it and I know it. We just need to be reminded, but this is another reminder. Go to bookstockmi.org. Bookstockmi.org. And, of course, Laurel Park Place, located on 6 Mile Road east of I-275 in Livonia. The honorary chairman of Bookstock, he was there from the beginning, the Free Press columnist extraordinaire, Neil Rubin. Anything else we need to know, Neil?
I think you have covered it, Paul, other than if you're a nonprofit, show up the Monday after it ends with a letterhead, and you can haul away as many books as you like. We've had community centers stock up that way. So they're absolutely free to a nonprofit on that final Monday.
Wow. That's another goodie. That's another Benny that we might not have known about, and I'm glad you passed it along. Everything else going well for you, Neil?
Fabulously, Paul, and thank you so much for this.
Well, listen, you've been doing this for 22 years. Support to read, and it's Bookstock coming up at Livonia's Laurel Park Place, April 26th through May 3rd. Please go online and read all about it. Get all the information at bookstockmi.org. Bookstockmi.org. Thanks, Neil. We'll talk again. Let's not wait till next year.
Good call, Paul. Thank you.
All right, Neil Rubin, as we continue in Focus. Paul W. Smith here on WJR.
Find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. My name is Lou Guglielmetti with Asset Preservation Michigan. When you're talking about something that takes decades, like creating a retirement nest egg, even a few percentage points in lower returns mean tens of thousands of dollars less money when you reach retirement. Visit us at assetpreservationmi.com.
I would urinate in a bottle in my car and then throw it out when I got home.
That's Howard.
I'm a 68-year-old retired police officer.
It has been a long, rough road for a lot of years.
He suffered with the symptoms of enlarged prostate, or BPH.
You kind of get used to it, and you don't even realize you're in this situation.
He tried medications for 15 years. Found Aquablation therapy. Most men start feeling relief quickly, and it's designed to protect what matters most.
I'm happy as hell I got this done. I feel like a garden hose.
You don't have to keep living this way. Talk to an Aquablation urologist. Get the facts. Call Aquablation Detroit. Visit aquablationdetroit.com. That's aquablationdetroit.com. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications
complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationdetroit.com.
Clark Construction Company is one of the premier construction managers in Michigan for K-12 education. They assist districts with bond planning, facility assessments, and bond campaigns. They manage the construction to help districts fulfill their promise to their community till the school doors open on time for fall, all while keeping students and staff's safety top of mind. Clark's breadth of capabilities ensures that they can meet their clients' needs every time on every front. Details at clarkcc.com. WJR and the Detroit Economic Club present our 6th annual Rising Stars campaign, sponsored by Awcom and DFCU Financial. We're on a mission to spotlight some incredible young leaders under 40 who are driving innovation and making a real difference in their respective industries and within our vibrant communities. Do you know an inspiring individual, a game changer who deserves recognition for their outstanding achievements? Tell us their story, highlight their impact, and help us honor Detroit's next generation of leaders. The deadline for nominations is May 22nd. Details at WJR.com/Rising Stars.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
I didn't switch to Pure Talk just because I wanted to save 50% off the same 5G service I've been paying twice as much for. I switched of being in business with a wireless company that supports our veterans in a meaningful way. Pure Talk also creates American jobs every day by keeping their entire operation in this country. I appreciate that. If you feel the same, dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Reach label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Detroit at 313-312-0950. That's 313-312-0950. 313-312-0950. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationdetroit.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster.com. If you've priced custom blinds at a retail store, you can be. At Blindster, we do things differently. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big on custom blinds. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First, sponsored by University of Michigan's Michigan Creative. Support for Michigan Public comes from the University of Michigan's Look to Michigan campaign, working to solve global challenges through developing new technologies to charge EVs 5 times faster and design buildings with 72% less concrete. Learn more at umich.edu/look. A grass fire blocks your 2 right lanes on I-75 northbound at Rochester Road, and we still have that wreck on I-75 northbound after 12 Mile. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Sunny with a high of 72 today. Some passing clouds for tonight. We'll drop down to 46. Mostly sunny Thursday. Highs in the low 70s. Right now, plenty of sunshine and 67 degrees. I'm Rich Luzensky, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
It's Anthony Bellino from Sports Wrap. Join me and Lomas Brown on Wednesday as we dive into the upcoming NFL Draft with the one big question Brad Holmes must answer, plus preview Game 2 of the Pistons Magic Series. Wednesday night, right here on the great voice of the Great Lakes, 760 WJR.
I'll never forget when Chris Illich called me and said, Paul, you do relentless positive radio, which was absolutely reflective of what our governor at the time was doing, relentless positive action. So I even called Governor Rick Snyder and said, do you mind? I thought it was a nice little thing to use. So now I try to use this relentless positive radio, have for years now. Now, Rick Snyder and his lovely wife, Sue, have done a fabulous job post the great job he did as governor. They in fact hosted this show, and they will host it again if we can twist their arms. He's the founder and CEO of Sensei Cybersecurity, and he's here to talk to us about the Michigan Road, a resource for candidates. And I always call you Governor. I almost called you Rick, but Governor, because I never have called you Rick. Governor, I'm looking at the roadmap. I looked it over. I know a great guy to follow this roadmap and bring Michigan back around. That'd be you.
Well, Paul W., I appreciate all the positive comments, and you are relentless positive radio. I'm proud you use that moniker. That's awesome. It's well deserved. Yeah, this is about helping people still. Again, I can't run for governor again, according to our Constitution, but that doesn't mean I can't help encourage a positive dialogue.
And that's what you do. It's no blame, no credit philosophy, focusing on solving problems. It sounds so simple, Governor.
Well, it should be. I mean, isn't that the way we should treat one another? And we need to do something about this lack of civility. And this is another step in that direction to say, instead of talking about what you don't like, let's talk about some good things we could do together. And that's what the roadmap's intended for. We sent it to candidates from both parties, to all the legislators, to all the people running for governor. And I hope they take it. I'm happy if they rename it. Again, it's not about credit, but let's get some good ideas out there that people can coalesce on that are going to help Michigan citizens today and tomorrow.
So I'm going to talk about you as if you're not here in the third person. Who does Rick Snyder feel is best suited to follow this roadmap for Michigan?
Well, I'm not going to name a name. I know you'd like that.
That's what I knew you would like. I tried to remove it from you personally, but seriously,
that was a good try, Paul W.
you must have a feeling about somebody who you think could do this.
Well, part of it, one of the reasons I was really encouraged to send it to you, besides being has good thoughts on these and can help amplify these things, is when you talk to candidates or any citizen talking to candidates, I hope they could look at this roadmap and say, what about this item? Do you believe in doing this item, and how would you do it? And then hold them accountable for getting it done if they get elected. So I want to make sure that we have some positive metrics, to say, let's measure success, not failure.
Making government accountable. Is that a group or organization that you're a part of?
Yeah, it's been around for a long time. We actually did a 2024 version that was very helpful. So this is the updated, new, improved model. And people, if they want to see it, can go to our website, which is makinggovaccountable.com.
Makinggovaccountable.com. It's Rick Snyder, our former governor, founder and CEO of Sensei Cybersecurity. And it's the Michigan Roadmap, a constructive roadmap for discussing Michigan's future in a positive and solutions-oriented way. He's not about finger pointing or blame. He's about getting these things done. Number one on the list, and I don't know how anyone could argue against this, the number one is reduce the cost of living for Michiganders.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, one of the issues we have is government, state government in particular, has grown a lot in the last few years. It's grown far faster than the rate of inflation. And our citizens are struggling. And where do those dollars come from? They come out of our citizens' pocket. So one of the things I think would be helpful is actually reducing some of our taxes at the state level to say, these folks worked hard for those dollars, and they could use those dollars to help cover the bills they're challenged with, rather than having the state just keep growing. We do important things at state government, but there's limits to that there needs to be a balance to understand people are working hard and they're struggling.
I'm going to go through these in response and reaction. Number two, who could argue with number two? Create an education system that educates. Duh.
Well, let's get away from seat time. which has been around since 1906. We could do a whole segment on that, Paul W. I'd love to talk to you about that one. But the main criteria that education's measured on is making sure kids have their bottom in a seat so many hours a day, so many months of the year, and so many years, and supposedly they're educated. Let's make it about personalized learning, about competency-based learning, and let's get the private sector more engaged to do more apprenticeships, internships, all these great things that make it action-oriented learning.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's good thinking. Number 3, address physical and mental health care for all Michiganders. We've dropped the ball on that somewhere along the way.
We have. And if you think about it, it's in areas that need the most help, which are some of our inner city areas, but also rural Michigan. A lot of those counties out there, they don't have access to mental health resources, and people are struggling, or physical health resources. And we do need to make that accessible because, again, if you can live a better life, you can add a lot more value. And isn't that the right thing of us helping one another?
Power Michigan's future responsibly. Number 4.
Yeah, we've got some mandates in there. We've got too many rules. The market can work better in terms of more efficient energy that's more affordable, more reliable, and still sensitive to issues of environmental improvement. So we can strike a better balance than what we have in the statute today.
Number 5.
And we can build line 5.
Right. Number 5, connect Michiganders to the careers of the future.
Absolutely. I mean, if you think about it again, do young people really know where the best careers are, the best things for them? And can't we have more opportunities? As I said, apprenticeships, internships, more chances to learn from real life experiences to find out what you really, to learn what you don't like, so you can make better, smarter choices and get that education you need, because most of us will need more education. Let's get on the right path, but do it in an informed way.
I'm going to skip down because everyone knows number 6, keep our communities safe. That goes without saying. Number 7, promote and protect places of all sizes. What do you mean by that?
Well, if you think about it, think about our communities and the great natural resources we have here. We can actually promote it more. Think about pure Michigan, all the wonderful things we had in the past that have we've moved away from. I'm not sure why we did that. The other thing is we should be encouraging more people from around the world to do remote work here in Michigan. How many places do you know you can work on a body of water, whether it be the Great Lakes, inland lakes, river, stream? We got it all. And if they're connected with broadband connectivity, you can work anywhere in the world. Why wouldn't we be encouraging a lot more people to come work on our shorelines and everywhere else, which is going to help all Michiganders?
Number 8, grow Michigan's economy by growing opportunity, goes without saying. Number 9, improve government transparency and accountability.
Yeah. Let's be more open about things. Again, make it so more public records are available from both the governor and the legislature. We should be open about what's going on in our government.
What do you mean by number 10, protect Michigan's future by honoring its long-term commitments? Are we not doing that?
Well, we didn't for years, and we've slipped back again, Paul W. You know that. We had huge liabilities for our pension plans, for state employees, for teachers, unfunded post-retiree medical obligations, and I put us on a payment plan to pay all those obligations off by 2038. It would free up billions of dollars, and so we've sort of skimped and moved away from some of those kind of things. We need to get back to that, because don't we have an obligation not just to the citizens of today, but to say we're not going to live at their expense. Let's also invest in their future.
A constructive roadmap for discussing Michigan's future in a positive and solutions-oriented way. The man who called himself the nerd, but he was such a great governor, and we thank him for staying involved, and his lovely wife, Sue, with now the Michigan Roadmap. No blame, no credit philosophy, relentless positive action. When you look that up in the dictionary, there's a picture of Rick Snyder, founder and CEO of Sensei Cybersecurity, and our great former governor of Michigan. Thank you, sir, very much, as always. Give our best to Sue.
Best to Kim. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I miss him a lot. As we continue in focus on WJR.
ITC
the nation's largest independent electricity transmission company, based right here in Michigan, is working every day across the state to modernize the grid. Learn more at itc-holdings.com.
Now WJR Health Watch. Here's Lloyd Jackson.
A Parkinson's diagnosis can be life-threatening, but where you go for treatment can make all the difference in quality of life.
It becomes important to see a specialist for Parkinson's disease because there are a variety of treatments that are available. And over the years, the way that we approach treating Parkinson's disease has changed.
Dr. Alan Ellenbogen, he's a movement disorder specialist with the Michigan Institute for Neurological Disorders in Farmington Hills, and he's also president of the Michigan Parkinson's Foundation. Dr. Ellenbogen says once you've been diagnosed with Parkinson's, it's critical to have a specialist like him on your team immediately.
Equally as important is really understanding some of the non-motor aspects of Parkinson's, so how it may affect mood, bowel habits. I had mentioned constipation before, drops in blood and cognitive function. And so looking at that holistic approach can really be helpful in managing the disease.
Dr. Ellenbogen explains how having a comprehensive team can change the long-term outlook for a patient's independence.
When one has a comprehensive team, it really is addressing the variety of issues that arise in Parkinson's. So that team can look like having a neurologist, often a movement disorder specialist, having the appropriate physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language pathology. The stress of importance of exercise is really important. And so there are coaches who are specifically geared toward Parkinson's.
For more information, call the Michigan Institute for Neurological Disorders at 248-553-0010. I'm Lloyd Jackson with WJR Health Watch.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Vince Colonnese is redefining news talk.
I'm Vince Colonnese, host of the Vince Podcast. I'm bringing you the truth beneath the headlines of all of the nation's top stories.
In-depth interviews.
We feature newsmaking interviews with the top guests on the whole planet. And I'll ask the questions you only dream of other interviewers asking.
And a front row seat to the most important conversations of the day.
It's a show with an obsessive focus on what's good for America. You are going to love Vince.
The Vince Show. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
No matter where you look, rising costs are hitting Michiganders hard. And when you're forced to make tough choices, keeping the lights and heat on shouldn't be one of them. Consumers Energy is stepping up, giving back $5 million to assistance agencies and supporting efforts to increase energy assistance dollars for families in need by 50%. And with personalized energy savings programs, you can take steps to start reducing your energy bills today. So count on Consumers Energy for support. Learn more at consumersenergy.com/help.
Never miss
The Daily Dose.
The Daily Dose.
The Daily Dose
The Daily Dose of Deets.
The Daily Dose of Deets.
But when you're building a product that you know is being used by children and you are designing it to be as addictive as possible, you don't get to just step back and say, not our fault.
It's Can't Miss Radio.
Not every at-bat will be magic. There will be days where reality hits. That's how baseball works.
The Daily Dose of Deets.
What would Jesus do if he were in our shoes right now? Would he be on social media tearing people apart? Or would he be doing something very different? Listening, loving people, even the ones who see the world completely different.
First thing out of the gate on All Talk with Kevin Dietz.
We're 44th out of 50 states in this country in 4th grade reading. So I want to ask you something. How is that acceptable?
Weekdays at 9 on WJR. Thanks for listening to WJR and Focus. Here's Paul W. Smith.
All righty, as a weekend is really a spectacular day. I hope you're enjoying yourself very much. On this Wednesday, 22nd of April, big birthday month in the Smith family and maybe in your family as well. Happy birthday to you. Marie Osborne is our WJR Director of Community Affairs and News, and 4 people have been rescued or are considered safe after a boating accident on the Detroit River. WJR's Marie Osborne has the details, along with an update on what we talked about at the very beginning. Michigan native Jamie Ding is reacting to his brother's nearly 30-game run on Jeopardy, the champion with strong ties to Michigan. I think he was born and raised here. We'll get all the details from Marie. But first things first, Marie, those 4 people are safe after that boating accident on the Detroit River. Good afternoon.
Hi there. Good afternoon. Yeah, let's start with the fishermen first. You know, it's early in the season, but a lot of folks like to get out early to get some fishing in on the Detroit River. And the 4 were out in very choppy waters yesterday. The waves were as high as 5 feet. The Coast Guard says that a pleasure craft overturned after a distress call came in over a marine emergency radio channel. Several boaters were nearby. They responded very quickly, pulling all of these people out of the water. 3 were taken on board one vessel, and then another person was recovered near the Gordie Howe Bridge. Coast Guard crews later arrived. They escorted all these people to the Delray boat ramp, again near the Gordie Howe International Bridge, where the paramedics were standing by. It's not believed, Paul, that any of the people here suffered any life-threatening injuries.
All right, that's certainly good news. It's funny. I always find it amazing where they talk about America's most dangerous occupations, and fishing. Big fishing, commercial fishing is one of the America's most dangerous occupations. I never would have guessed that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, haven't you seen any of those reality TV shows where they're on the...
I don't watch a bunch of reality TV because it's just so not real. But anyway.
Oh, it is so not real. So not real.
Well, whatever. So we'll leave that alone because I'm sure people love it, and I want them to love it and think whatever they think and whatever. And people still die doing it. So but I don't want to go down that path. I don't want to go down that at all. But I do want to know about the sister of our Michigan native Jamie Ding, apparently reacting to her brother's great success so far. I mean, it's close to $800,000 in winnings.
Yeah. Now, the sister talked to Kevin Dietz this morning. I had the opportunity to talk to his father. His dad is a professor at Wayne State University. Dr. Yushan Ding is a professor of neurosurgery at the Wayne State Medical School. He says he is so proud about his son's appearance. But here's something that's very funny, Paul. He and his wife had never seen Jeopardy before their son showed up on the show.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah, now, he told them, I'm going to be on this show. So they were in the audience. And in fact, they've been in the audience for all of his appearances up until yesterday. Now, of course, he couldn't disclose to me anything that's going to happen in the future. But I asked him what impressed him most about his son's appearance. And here's what he had to say.
I just quite surprised. Every category he knows, a lot in details. So that's surprised me.
Yeah, and for us Jeopardy fans, that's how you get a good player, is somebody who knows a little bit about a lot of things. And this Jamie Ding really has that skill. And a funny story also that Dr. Ding told us was that when his son was very little, 3 years old, by the age of 3, his parents knew that he possessed some exceptional intelligence. And he said that he went to the preschool, and the preschool teacher told him that Jamie knew the names of all the children and could read them off their name tags that were on the bulletin board. So before the age of 3, he was reading like that. And then, of course, he kept reading a lot. He also told the story that when he was out driving with his parents, he, at the age of 4 or 5, would tell his parents, no, you can't park here. It says no parking. You need to go park over there. Yeah. So anyway, he's gone down in the history books already as one of the best performances ever on this show. Ding tied with Ken Jennings for the most correct responses in a single game. That was 45. And he earned $42,400 out of a potential $54,000 in correct responses during one game. So he is really, I call him a machine, because if you watch him play, it's just bang, 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 one answer after another. Oh, and one last thing.
2009 graduate of Grosse Pointe North
Yep.
High School. I just mentioned real quick.
Right. And he was a Princeton grad, and he's now in law school part-time. And something that was very sweet that his dad said about him was that, of course, he's very proud of his intellectual accomplishments, but he said, I know my son is very humble and he's very kind. And he said that's the one thing that he admires most about his son.
What a nice, sweet thing to say.
Yep.
That's very nice. Well, yeah, I don't want to, I think it's already done, but no one's talking, of course. It's amazing you've gotten this much talk out of anybody, because generally they don't want anybody to talk until it's really over. But they tape so far in advance and so many of them at once, it's probably over. And the funniest thing is everyone keeps sticking a microphone in Ken Jennings' face, the current number one with 74 games from 2004, and now the host. People are crazy and whatever. They're saying, well, if he wins, should he then host the show? Like Ken Jennings is going to say, oh, yeah, I want to give up my position. Anyway, they keep asking Ken Jennings, how do you feel? And Ken Jennings keeps saying, I feel great. I think this is fabulous for the show. But he also may know that this guy doesn't surpass him. He may know that.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, 74 games is a lot of games. Jamie Ding here is on number 28. And so who knows if he'll make it all the way that far, and not everybody wants to host a game show. So I know Jamie Ding's father said to me that he wants to get his law degree so that he can further his career. He works for the Housing Commission in New Jersey. And he just really loves his work and he wants to continue doing that.
Yeah.
So
ask me sometime about Goodson Todman contacting me many years ago about hosting a game show. And I said, no, thanks. Thank you very much. Little did I know it would become such a fabulous, lucrative job. But be that as it may, Ken Jennings, number one, Amy Schneider, number two, number three, Matt Amodio, number four, James Holzhauser, and number five is Jamie Ding.
Yeah, they're awesome. All of those are awesome players.
And I'm always amazed at how much knowledge these people have. Any of them. They don't even have to be on this winners list. They're all pretty sharp. It must be quite a rigorous test of people before they ever get on the show, right?
It is. You have to test to get on the show. But as Jamie Ding's father said to me, Jamie's number one quality intellectual quality is curiosity. We hear it over and over and over again. Be curious.
Which is what a lot of us try to have in this business, including you, Marie.
Yeah. Yeah. I am curious. So are you. Love it.
Yep. Marie Osborne, WJR's Director of Community Affairs and News, and all-round good gal, as we continue in Focus on WJR.
Hey there, JR listeners. Chris Alberta from Principium. Look, I have an urgent message for you today about your retirement. I don't care if you already retired, you're a few months away, or you're a few years away. You're going to be unemployed soon. And you probably don't have a pension because you are your pension. Recent all-time highs in the market. Look, you're at the top of the mountain. And now we're in an Iranian conflict. AI might replace your job. And like it or not, you could be retired as long as you were working. But despite all that, it's the best time I have ever seen in my career to build you a retirement plan. The fixed rates are unbelievably good. Income models are killing it. You combine that with top-notch market management, and you're going to win. If you wait, you will lose. These rates will go down. You remember the 4% rule? My clients are using the 7% rule. They'll always have a paycheck, and that's freedom. Don't wait. Call me now. 888-800-8949. Call me, Chris Alberta, 888-800-8949.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
It's the Inside Outside Guys. Time for your home's annual checkup.
Replace that furnace filter. It improves air quality and efficiency instantly.
Schedule an HVAC tune-up before the summer heat.
And check attic insulation.
And for the area's most trusted contractors to help you with your next home project, visit theinsideoutsideguys.com. That's theinsideoutsideguys.com.
Sponsored by Basements Plus.
Hi, I'm Steve Iverson with my wife Amy. We are the proud owners of Basements Plus. Over the last 20 years, we have become the experts in basement finishing and foundation repair.
If you have a wet basement, cracked or bowed foundation walls, or looking to create a new lower level, we are the company for you.
We have perfected our processes to make it easy to create dry, usable, brag-worthy basements.
Our team of experts can help you love your basement.
Visit us today at basementsplus.com. That's basementsplus.com.
Staples has hundreds of ways to grow your business this spring, like spectacular signs, brilliant brochures, eye-popping posters, mouth-watering menus, and more. Shop now through June 13th and save up to $150 on all your custom prints. Staples, that was easy.
Here's Ryan Goldberg, President and CEO of DFCU Financial.
At DFCU, our credit union is all about our members and the community. We're not just focused on numbers and metrics, but we are focused on doing the right thing for our communities. That's why we pay back earnings to our members through a very popular cashback program.
How about small business owners? How do they benefit from being with DFCU?
Our business and commercial banking teams bring a wealth of knowledge and expertise to benefit you. By understanding your unique financial needs, our team can deliver tailored lending solutions, deposit, and treasury management. Working with DFCU means you'll have access to decision makers and benefit from speed to market. We're in a strong liquidity position, and that means we have money to lend and the willingness to lend it. Business lenders often have a box that customers must fit into. We don't work that way.
Some restrictions apply. Visit DFCUfinancial.com for details. DFCU Financial is an equal housing lender, federally insured by NCUA.
Awareness is a start, but acceptance creates change. This April, join fellow Michiganders for Autism Acceptance Month. Help build a world where everyone truly belongs. Take the next step at autism-mi.org. Accept, include, support.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster.com. If you've priced custom blinds at a retail store, you know how expensive they can be. At Blindster, we do things differently. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big on custom blinds. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
JR Traffic and Weather First is sponsored by University of Michigan's Michigan Creative. Support for Michigan Public comes from the University of Michigan's Look to Michigan campaign, dedicated to expanding the boundaries of knowledge, translating research into real-world impact, and delivering solutions to challenging problems. Learn more at umich.edu/look. Those lane restrictions have been lifted on I-75 northbound at Rochester Road. Multiple grass fires have been extinguished. We do have some midday road work blocking your right lane on I-94 eastbound between Woodward and John R. That's until 3 this afternoon. Now WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Sunny with a high of 72 today. Some passing clouds for tonight. A low of 46. Mostly sunny Thursday. Highs in the low 70s. Right now, plenty of sunshine, 68 degrees. I'm Rich Luzensky, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-0WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com.
All right, I just went to my channel. I mentioned this at the beginning of the show, and that is that I watched the news. This is my whole Monday column was about watching the national news. I watch first NBC, then ABC, then CBS, and CBS is coming along strong. And I like this Tony DeCouple. One of the things was cut out of my column. I said he told us about the guy standing outside the Lions headquarters asking for a break. He needed a break, one shot. And I said, he told us he didn't report it. And they cut out the he didn't report it, which was frankly the key. This guy, this Tony DeCouple, have you ever watched him, Mike? Do you?
No, not yet. I'm a NBC News guy.
Well, I watched them all three. And Tony DeCouple is very good if they give him time. They may not. There is no time anymore in that business. And CBS has been so behind for so long. And now he, at the end of the show, if not in the middle or anywhere else, he tells a story, not reporting a story. He talks to us about a story, and he does it very well. I just used the Detroit Lions one as an example because it was local for us. Anyway, so I came home last night. I tried to watch my newscasts, and here's what it says when I go to ABC. This channel is unavailable. Our contract with Scripps, the owner of this channel, has expired. Scripps has refused our reasonable offers, and their demands would significantly increase the price you pay. Thank you for your patience as we work to keep your channels affordable. Scan the QR code or visit xfinity.com/facts to learn more. I don't scan codes like that because there's too many things that can go wrong, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I can't get the ABC News now at all, the ABC National News. And in fact, when I just turned on ABC right now, apparently I can't get the regular ABC programming.
Yeah, and
you said that's been going on since March 31st?
Yeah, March 31st, because I remember vaguely hearing about it because I'm not an Xfinity customer. So I kind of heard about it and figured, okay, well, it'll be a couple days and they'll be back at it. Because I remember back in November, right in the middle of football season, ESPN and YouTube TV were having a dispute as well. Now, I know ESPN and ABC are all owned by one another, so you might not have ESPN either. But yeah, it went on for maybe 2-3 weeks back in November with YouTube TV, and it's going on a month now with Xfinity.
Okay, well, that's crazy. I did mention this before I went away, and I want to mention it again because they're celebrating Freedom 250. We've got the United States Air Force. Let's see. The award-winning USAF Band of Mid-America announces Boundless Horizons with some great concerts here in Michigan celebrating Freedom 250. And that's May 1st through the 7th. Oh, I thought it was on the back of this page. All right. Shame on me for picking out the paper that didn't have the information on the back. Anyway, I've mentioned it before. That they've got these concerts coming up. Oh, here it is. Why did that disappear like that? All right. Friday, May 1st, Lincoln Consolidated School District Performing Arts Center in Ypsilanti. Saturday, May 2nd, 7 p.m., Macomb Center for the Performing Arts in Clinton Township. Sunday, May 3rd, Eastern High School Performing Arts Center, Lansing. Monday, May 4th, Penfield Performing Arts Center, Battle Creek. Tuesday, May 5th, Midland Center for the Arts, Midland, Michigan. And Thursday, May 7th, Skyline High School Theater in Ann Arbor. That's Boundless Horizons. Should be a lot of fun. The award-winning United States Air Force Band of Mid-America and their concerts and I guess some films and things go with that. And I thought I would just let people know if they're going to be in those areas. Heck, we might be in those areas because that first week of May, we'll be on our whatever number it is. I don't know what number it is. Paul W. Smith, Pure Michigan Tour. I don't know what number it is. Do you know what number it is?
No, it predates me on the show, so.
We were doing that show before you were born, young man. I don't think
it's been that long, but
no, it's not right.
but
anything else that we need to cover? DOJ investigating Southern Poverty Law Center. Oops, what a surprise. They've been stealing money and using it allegedly to pay themselves.
we've got this weird story about the 10 scientists tied to.
Oh, that's what it was we wanted to talk about. A nuclear physicist, an MIT professor, fatally shot outside his Massachusetts residence. A retired Air Force general missing from his New Mexico home. An aerospace engineer who disappeared during a hike in Los Angeles. These are among at least 10 individuals connected to sensitive U.S. nuclear and aerospace research who have died or disappeared in recent years. What the heck?
I don't. And you know what? Maybe we need to get one of our FBI guys on, because there's not a whole lot to know just yet. But I mean, the fact that the FBI and the DOJ are both investigating this, shows that it's not. It might not just be internet conspiracy theories, because there's 10 of them. They're dead or they've disappeared, and a lot of them are doing like nuclear research. So, what's happening? Is it a side effect of the research? Is somebody trying to keep something quiet, or is it just an odd coincidence?
I don't think it's an odd coincidence. Yeah. I think it is an odd situation. And now the FBI says it is, quote, spearheading the effort to look for connections into the missing and deceased scientists. I think I just said what the connections were.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, why these 10 people, and why are they being killed or taken? Because Danielle and I were talking about this. She said, the scientists being killed are disturbing enough, but what's really scary are the ones that are just disappearing.
Right. Do what you just said you're going to do. Look for somebody, whether it be in the FBI or wherever, the Defense Department. I don't know who's going to be talking.
Yeah.
But somebody should be talking to us about this, so it doesn't just run rampant online. Because in social media, you never know.
Or even our friend Andy Arena, I'm sure he'd have some great insight on this.
Andy would have great insight.
Yeah.
So maybe you can get him.
See what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, we're here on Facebook and YouTube, live streaming right now on our pages. You can stream us. You can podcast us. Come back to us later. That counts, if you can't be here noon to 2. All of that at WJR.com. I hope you have the free WJR app. It's a good one to have. And, of course, we help you right after the Daily Dose of Dietz, All Talk with Kevin Dietz, great programming. And then right after us, coming up after you, stand by for news. We'll have JR Afternoon with Ryan Armani. I'm worried Ryan's not ready to go on the air.
No, he's ready to go. He's got his thumbs up.
I'm just kidding. I expected him to explode. I expected him to say, "No, Paul, I'm ready to go."
Paul, I'm ready for you whenever, and I feel like I need to give you a big thank you, sir.
Why would that be?
Well, because I am heading to Washington, D.C. next week.
Oh, are you going? Oh,
yes.
That'll be great. But are you broadcasting?
No, you know what? It's right in the middle of my show.
Yeah, I know. And I was the congressman wanted me to broadcast, and I thought we could, but we couldn't put it together. And I thought, I've been traveling so much. I've got so many other things I've got to catch up on. And then we're leaving on the Pure Michigan tour. But I am so happy you're going to go and see King Charles addressing the joint session of Congress, thanks to the great Congressman Tim Walberg. I'm so glad that he then asked you. I'd like to take credit and say, we'll just ask, you go ahead and stick with WJR and ask them if he can go, if Ryan Armani. I didn't even think of it. I just said I can't go, and I apologize. I was on my way to the airport, and it was crazed. And I'm so glad. I want to hear all about it when you get back.
Can't wait.
And I know you'll say to King Charles, Paul W. sends his regards.
I will, and I'll say, prepare the royal baggage.
We've got royal baggage and more coming up. Ryan Armani, JR Afternoon. Go on out, make it a great one. Talk to you tomorrow. Regards, Paul W. Smith.
Man,